Hello my dear students, today we are going to see the proof of the theorem that we have discussed yesterday. So without any delay, let us start with the proof. So I will say let A is equal to, now since A is a matrix of order n by n, simply I will give a notation to it. So I will say let A is equal to A11, A12 so on up to A1n, A21, A22 up to so on A2n. This will be continued an1, an2 up to ann. So what will be my determinant of xi minus a now? So here determinant of xi minus a will be equal to, and we have to show that it is a monic polynomial of degree n. So let us do it then. So this can be written as determinant of, so if you observe properly, which matrix will come here? So what is determinant of xi minus a actually? First of all, note the entire matrix A is multiplied by a minus sign. So all the terms in the matrix will be negative, that is for sure. The second thing is, due to this identity matrix, actually what we are doing is we are adding a scalar matrix to minus A. Which scalar matrix? Diagonally you are having x everywhere. Is that okay? 0 x 0 so on, and this will be continued 0 0 0 so on up to what? X. So that is what we are doing. So same thing we will do. First of all, just focus on the diagonal elements. Diagonally we have to add x to minus a, so it will be x minus a11, this will be minus a12, and so on, this will be minus a1n. Over here it will be minus a21, this will be x minus a22, this will be continued. Over here it will be minus a2n, this will be continued, and at last you will have minus an1 minus an2, this will be continued, and over here x minus a and n. Now you have to find determinant of this matrix. So what will be the determinant of this matrix? So we have to use our usual method. So I will find the determinant with the help of first row. You know, determinant can be found with the help of any row. We have learned it in the second year, but we are going to use the first row, which is equal to x minus a11 determinant of what? X minus a22, this will be continued, minus a2n, because we will delete first row and first column for this, right? This will be continued, and over here minus an2, this will be continued, and over here x minus a and n, right? So it is alternating plus or minus sign. Now since we are taking first term to be plus, now it will be minus, so minus and minus will become plus, so plus a12 determinant of. Now over here I am going to delete this row. Which one? First row, obviously first row we are going to delete, and what? This column, the second column. So what we are left with? So we are left with minus a21 and so on up to what? Minus a2n, and this will be continued, and at last you will have minus an1, this will be continued, and it will be x minus a and n. Continuing in this way, next term is going to be plus and so on, and last term we are not sure about because we don't know what is n. So it depends on what the value of n is. So I will write it as plus minus 1 raised to n and determinant of, right? Now just let me see whether I am able to erase it or not. Yeah. Now over here, what will be the last term? We are going to delete this naturally first row and what? The last column. So what we are left with? So we will have minus a21 x minus a22, this will be continued, and what will be the term before minus a2 n? It will be minus a2 n minus 1, right? It will be second row and n minus 1th column, and that's it. This will be continued over here, minus an1, it will be minus an2, this will be continued, and over here you are going to have a nth row and n minus 1th column, and this is going to be negative, right? So now just try to understand what will be the degree of this polynomial. Naturally we are going to get one polynomial here. Let us try to understand the degree of this term, that is the first term, the degree of this second term, and the degree of this last term. So which is further equal to, now just note one thing, each row and each column over here is containing what? X, right? Each row and each column over here is containing X. The order of this determinant is n minus 1. So once you simplify it, you are going to get a polynomial of degree n minus 1. Is that okay? So degree of this term is going to be n minus 1. I am talking about this determinant, and it is also multiplied by again x minus a11. So over here you are going to get a polynomial of degree n if you solve this entire term, right? And if you talk only about determinant, then it is going to have the degree n minus 1. I hope you can understand. If I give one example, if we talk about some 3 by 3 matrix, then you will understand. 4 5 6 7 8 9. So in this case, determinant of xi minus a will be x minus 1 minus 2 minus 3 minus 4 x minus 5 minus 6 minus 7 minus 8 and x minus 9. So if you try to solve this determinant, it will be x minus 1 determinant of x minus 6 minus x minus 5 minus 6 minus 8 and x minus 9. So what is the degree of this term? You can say each row and each column contains x. The order of the determinant is 2. So when you are going to find this determinant, you are going to get a polynomial of order 2, polynomial of degree 2. Is that okay? And further it is multiplied by x minus 1. So the first term is going to give you a polynomial of degree 3. Okay? And if you see about next term, it will be plus 2, determinant of what? Minus 4, minus 6, minus 7 and x minus 9. So over here, this term is going to give you polynomial of degree 1, right? Basically the determinant is going to give you polynomial of degree 1, but this 2 is also not containing x, right? It is just simply a number. So this entire term is going to give you a polynomial of degree 1. And same and what about the last term? It will be plus 3, and so first row, and you are going to cancel out the last column, so you will get minus 4 x minus 5 minus 7 and minus 8. So again you are going to get a term having degree 1. I hope you are getting my point. So same logic we are going to apply here. So therefore this first determinant is going to give us a polynomial of degree n minus 1, and it is multiplied by this x minus a11. So it will give us a polynomial of degree n entirely. This term is going to give us polynomial of degree of this polynomial is going to be n minus 2, right? Because the order of the determinant is n minus 1, but the each row and each column is not containing the term of x, which is that column, the first column. In fact, the first column is not containing the term of x, I guess. Rest of the column will contain it, but order of the matrix is n minus 1, so you have to reduce it by 1. Since you can see first column is not containing the term of x. So therefore its degree is going to be n minus 2, and similarly for the last one the degree is going to be n minus 2, right? I hope you are getting my point, what I am trying to tell you. So ultimately what you are going to get, ultimately you are going to get a monic polynomial of degree n. Why a monic polynomial of degree n? Because coefficients of x are 1 everywhere, and therefore when you solve it, whatever the highest power of x is going to be there, it is going to appear only once. And where it is going to appear? It is going to appear over here only, right, in the first term itself. So therefore we are going to get the coefficient of x to the power n to be 1, and therefore the polynomial is going to be monic. Just I will erase it out. Therefore we can say this is equal to x to the power n plus cn minus 1 x raised to n minus 1 plus so on plus c1x plus c0, where all the ci are real numbers and this I varies from what, 1 to n minus 1, and therefore you can say determinant of xi minus a is a monic polynomial of degree n. Now we are going to go for second part of the theorem, where we have to prove that coefficient of x raised to n minus 1 in the polynomial is minus times trace of a. So just note one thing, where does x to the power n minus 1 appear? It appears only in the first term of the determinant, right? Because degree of other terms is going to be n minus 2. So x to the power n appears in the first term only, and in the first term it appears only in some special terms. Special terms in the sense it does not appear in all the terms. Just I will give one example, then you'll understand. Again, an example of 3 by 3 matrix, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. This is my favorite example. So you should know everything about this matrix. Generally in interview questions are asked on this matrix only. Okay, so if you are having this matrix, so what will be my characteristic polynomial? Determinant of xi minus a will be equal to determinant of x minus 1 minus 2 minus 3 minus 4 x minus 5 minus 6 minus 7 minus 8 and x minus 9. Okay, so just try to see the first term, x minus 1 determinant of x minus 5 minus 6 minus 8 and x minus 9, and if you try to solve it, so this is my part of interest, so it will be x minus 1 inside the bracket x minus 5 multiplied by x minus 9 and some minus whatever the value is, I am not interested. Okay, so if you put this x minus 1 inside, it will be x minus 1 multiplied by x minus 5 multiplied by x minus 9 minus whatever the term lies here. So it is simply the product of x minus 1, x minus 5 and x minus 9. That is fine. But what are 1, 5, 9? If you observe it properly, they are nothing but what? The diagonal elements. So if you solve it, then in this term you are going to have x square somewhere here, and we are interested in coefficient of that. So in the similar way, in our case, what are our diagonal elements of a matrix? They are a11, a22 and ann. So in that x minus a11, x minus a22 and so on, x minus ann. So in that term only we are going to see the term x to the power n minus 1. So I will write here, from part 1 we see that x raised to n minus 1 appears x minus a11, x minus a22, x minus a33, and this will be continued x minus ann. Now let us solve it. So first of all, I'll take the product of first two terms. So it will be x square minus a11x minus a22x, and then you are going to have plus a11 a22 multiplied by x minus a33 and so on x minus ann. Now I will take the product of this term with x minus a33. I am talking about this term, but before that let us simplify that term. So it will be x square minus a11 plus a22x plus a11 a22 multiplied by x minus a33 and so on x minus ann. So now let us take the product of these two terms. So therefore this will be equal to x cube now, right? It will be x cube minus x square a33 minus a11 plus a22 x square plus a33 a11 plus a22 x plus a11 a22 x and minus a11 a22 and a33, and this will be continued x minus ann. So which is further equal to, now if you try and simplify it, so it will be x cube minus a11 plus a22 plus a33 x square plus over here you will have a11 plus a22 a33 plus a11 a22x, right? And the last term will be minus a11 a22 a33, and the next term is going to be x minus a44, and this will be continued up to x minus ann. Now just try to understand the pattern over here. So if you continue in this way, what you are going to get at last, so it will be x to the power n minus a11 plus a22 plus a33, and this will be continued up to what, ann. This is going to be x to the power n minus 1, and over here you are going to have some alpha n minus 2 x to the power n minus 2, and this will be continued up to what, let me say alpha naught, where this alpha I are some real numbers where I is varying from 0 to n minus 2, right? And this is nothing but x to the power n minus, and this is exactly the trace of a, right? X to the power n minus 1 plus alpha n minus 2 x raised to n minus 2 plus so on up to what, plus alpha naught. So that is what we wanted to prove, and therefore we have proved that the coefficient of x to the power n in the characteristic polynomial is minus times trace of a. Therefore coefficient of x raised to n minus 1 in characteristic polynomial is minus times trace of a. Now let us go for the third part. Third part is easier one. We have to show that the determinant is nothing but minus, not determinant exactly, what we have to show, the constant term, right? The constant term is the constant term of the polynomial is minus 1 raised to n determinant of a. But just note one thing, suppose you are having some polynomial. So when do we get the constant term of the polynomial? Let me say some x to the power 5 plus x square, or x cube plus x square plus 2x minus 1. So by putting which value of x you get the constant term? Yes, you are right. If you put x is equal to 0, then we are going to get the constant term. So same logic over here we are going to apply. Now we already know what is our characteristic polynomial. So in that polynomial, simply we are going to put what? X is equal to 0, and that is going to give us what? The constant term, and we will show that that constant term is nothing but minus 1 raised to n determinant of A. So I'll say here we have equation of characteristic polynomial f of x is equal to determinant of xi minus a. So I'll say put x is equal to 0, therefore the constant term of characteristic poly is nothing but what? F of 0, that is what we are doing, which is equal to determinant of 0I minus a, that is going to be minus a. So what will be determinant of minus a? Now we have to pull that minus out. So if we take that minus 1 out, so what will be left inside? It is determinant of a. Now the question is that minus 1 is there how many times? Now if you take one example, suppose you are having minus 1, minus 2, minus 3 and minus 4. So how many times you can pull this minus sign out of the determinant? Okay, so this is a matrix A, and we are talking about determinant of A, that is minus 1, minus 2, minus 3 and minus 4. Now you already know if you are having determinant, then we can pull out the term that is common to the first row, in fact to the first column also we can take it out. Similar thing we can do for the second row also. So you can see minus 1 is common, so एकदा आपण minus 1 बाहेर घेऊया पहिल्या row साठी. For the second row also I will take minus 1 again out, so you left with 1, 2, 3, 4, and you will have minus 1 out 2 times. Now suppose I have somewhat like this, my A is somewhat different, 2, 4, 6, 8. So this we already learned in the second year. So this can be written as आपल्याला 2 पण बाहेर करता येईल, and from the second row also we can take 2 out. So it will be 1, 2, 3 and 4. I hope you are getting my point. And it will be 2 to the power 2 that has been taken out, right? But that is not the case if you are having a matrix. Okay, so if you are having a matrix, then you can take the element out of the matrix if it is common to all the elements. So this will be minus times what? 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is the difference between determinant and what? The matrix. So over here we are dealing with the determinant and not matrix. So this minus 1 will be not present only once. So it will be present n times, right? So minus 1 multiplied by minus 1 multiplied by and so on n times, because order of A is n in this case. So it will be minus 1 raised to n if we take that minus 1 out. And that is what we wanted to prove, I guess. So therefore the constant term of the characteristic polynomial is minus 1 raised to n determinant of A. So that's all for today. So from the next class onwards we are going to start with the examples on this. So we'll stop here. Have a good day.